A very good morning to you once again, and welcome to the conversation segment. This is A1 Radio 101.1 megahertz. Before we go on to begin the conversation and discussion this morning, the Nara Rural Bank PLC wishes to inform its valued customers, shareholders, business partners, and the general public that the bank has officially changed its name from Nara Rural Bank PLC to Nara Community Bank PLC effective 1st April 2026. This change is in line with the ongoing microfinance sector reforms by the Bank of Ghana aimed at enhancing operational efficiency, strengthening governance structures, and improving financial service delivery across the industry. Please be assured that this change of name does not affect the bank's legal status, obligation, existing agreements, products, and services or operations. All transactions and commitments previously undertaken under the former name remain valid under the new name. In view of the above, customers and the general public are kindly advised that with immediate to our customers, shareholders, and the general public, for their continued trust, loyalty, and support. And we look forward to serving you better under our new identity. And also, Mobile Money Fintech Limited invites all its shareholders to its extraordinary general meeting scheduled for Friday, June 12, 2026. And this is it's going to take place at 11 a.m. The meeting will be held virtually via momofintechgm.com. Access to the meeting will be available from 10 a.m. GMT. Please note that the EGM will commence at 11 o'clock a.m. GMT. Shareholders must use their unique access codes, which have been shared via SMS and email to access the meeting. Access to the virtual meeting is free for all shareholders on the MTN network. For further information, shareholders may contact info@csd.com.gh or visit the EGM website. That's www.momofintechgm.com. We look forward to your participation in the EGM. Thank you. Well, let's go straight into the conversation this morning. And before we go into the discussion, I just want to play a quick. It's a video, but I'll play it so that you can hear the audio, and then we'll delve into the discussion.
I had fibroid surgery exactly 1 week, 4 days after my surgery. I started experiencing severe headaches, neck stiffness, and light sensitivity, also known as photophobia. I reported back to the hospital. Initially, with all the symptoms, the doctors thought it was meningitis, so they started treatment. But whenever they give me injections and infusions and other things, the pains comes down. But when the medication wears off on my body, the pains comes back. So I was advised to go for a CT scan. The results came back showing that I had a tumor. So for them to have a clear idea of how the tumor is, I was asked to go for MRI. The MRI came back showing the position and the size of the tumor. And I was told in cases like this, medication cannot cure it. Laser treatment cannot cure it. The only way out is surgery. He gave me the bill, and the amount involved is way beyond financial ability. see this video, need to plead the general public, families and loved ones to come to my. I'm in pain. On pain just to manage it. It's not easy. I know it's not easy for everyone financially, but I'm everyone to help me. Dangerous aspect of this is that the tumor is located at the optic nerves. So the more I delay, the more damage it can cause to my eyes. The doctors are saying that it has to be done as soon as possible to prevent another problem in the future. Because when they leave it and it spreads or sits more on the optic nerves, cause my eyesight. It's not easy managing this pain. Being on medications every day just to bring down headaches. We all know the side effects of medication. If I have to be on it for long, it's going to be another problem in the future. This is not only affecting me, but it's affecting my family in general.
Well, the voice you heard there is the voice of one Madame Mercy Apana. She's currently seated with us here in the studio.
She's not.
She's not. Oh, that's a sister, right? Oh, okay.
They look alike.
That's a look alike. Oh, sorry. So, that was the voice of Mercy Apana, and Mercy Apana is the young lady whose voice you just heard here. Let me just speak to the sister. Good morning. Thanks so much for coming in studio.
I will start.
You will start.
Yes.
You want to do the start?
Yes.
Right.
So, good morning to our cherished listeners. It's usually not an exciting time for us when we have cases of this nature. Knowing how difficult times are these days, when you have to appeal for money, it usually gets to a stage that the family knows that where it has reached, we cannot do anything about it at all. You know how secretive Ghanaians are. You don't even want the next person to know how bad your headache is or how bad your stomach aches. But the moment you come out to talk about it, it means that it has reached a stage where all the ghosts in the house have been sold. You have started denying yourself certain privileges. You don't take the quantity of milk you used to take again, or you stop taking it at all before it comes out. We actually didn't even want it to get here, but we are confronted with this. And so, like you rightly heard from the video, this is a woman who is working tirelessly as a teacher to fend for her family. Very calm, very hard working. I mean, the day breaks, she's out there working to make sure that the month ends and she gets something. You and I know how much teachers take, and you know what the current economy demands, especially if you have children and they are in schools, especially if they are in private schools. She had a surgery, and just right after the surgery, I think 2 weeks or so, she started getting these headaches. So even as I speak with you, she has not fully recovered from the surgery.
That's the first surgery.
The fibroid surgery. She had the fibroid surgery. She has not fully recovered from that fibroid surgery. And the headaches were so persistent that they needed to do a lot of tests. And the test revealed that she has a brain tumor. Now, she's battling with this surgery, pains and wounds not healing as expected. Doctors are still looking to understand why is that way, with all the fluid still coming out from it and all that. She's been diagnosed of having a brain tumor. And to make matters worse, the amounts that they are looking for, you cannot afford. Mind you, before you go for a surgery, you would have gathered everything you have to go and pay and also prepare yourself, because you know that when you come back, then you will not be as strong as you were. And so getting food in the house for the children, and I mean, just basically preparing yourself so that you don't come back finding yourself wanting. So she did all of that, thinking that that was going to be the solution. She went for the surgery, came back, and this new diagnosis has come. So this morning, we are here to plead with the general public and all benevolent individuals listening to us, NGOs, to say that we have had one too many of such cases. And for me, I am worried because as a region, it looks like when we are trying to mobilize money for such events, it takes us so long. And I want us to have a change of attitude because trust me, if anyone had told Sister Mary 2 months ago, I'm just talking about 2 months ago, in this case, that her family will be on radio stations appealing for fund, or her flyers will be flying around Ghana asking individuals to contribute for her to undergo a surgery, she would have said, no, God will see me through. God forbid, it can't be me. But we are confronted with it today. I always say that it can be you, it can be me. None of us is above it. We just pray and hope that it is not us. But what makes us human is when it happens, our willingness and readiness, how ready we are to support, how available we are with the little we have, that makes us human. So I want to plead this morning that it doesn't matter how little. I see so many people sharing, and sometimes it's not about sharing. And I want to say it again here, that we make flyers and everybody is sharing. So I give a flyer to Gerald that my family or my sister is in need. And all Gerald does for me is to share the flyer. What does the sharing of the flyer add to the money we are looking for? If Gerald sends 5 cedis, and another person that takes the flyer to also share sends another 5 cedis, we've made 10 cedis. So it's not about you sharing the flyer, but it's about you contributing. And already some people have contributed, and we want to say thank you to all those people who have contributed. Whilst we appeal to the new people that, because we've still not raised the money, we don't even have up to half of what they are asking for. And she was given just 2 weeks, Gerald. You see her, and we're in the 4th week. She was given just 2 weeks to raise the money. That's how important yes, for us to get the money. It's very urgent. It's not something that we need to wait on. So this morning, we are here to plead that if you are listening to us, just try and support in whatever little way you can so that we can help this sister. I keep saying that we do not say that it can be your turn wishing for bad to happen to you. But we can contribute to take your child to school. Okay, there are children out there who are very brilliant, they have the grades, but they don't even have who to support them to go to school. If we develop that habit of helping, we have that culture where I can sit in my home and say that I belong to a community that supports. Then when your child is in need of support, financial support to learn a trade, to go to school, to start a business, then you know that when I run to A1 and they talk about it, there's a community that can rally behind me. That's the kind of community we are trying to build. So we plead with everyone listening to us that let's be people that give. Let's be willing to give so that when it's our turn, good or bad, other people can come to our aid. So I'll just let the family add to what I have said.
Right.
Yes.
Let's speak to our sister,
Doris.
Sister Doris. How is Mercy? This how is she doing?
Just like my sister rightly said, Mercy is not. She had fibroids, like she said, endometriosis and umbilical hernia surgery. After some time, there was discharge from the SOR. They took her back to the hospital. They gave her some medication. And I think from the medication, she started having headaches, consistent headaches. They took her back. That was where she was diagnosed of the brain tumor. As we are speaking right now, the SOR is not still healed. I have videos here that can attest to the fact that the SOR is not healed. The water is still coming out from. She's in pain. She has children. She has 2 children. The husband during COVID lost his job. And also, for a man, you can't just sit like that. So he bought this motorbike. They live in Accra to do this Okada business. Then he got a very bad accident. Right now, he's not recovered fully. He's limping on one leg. He's not really fine. So he's struggling. My sister is a teacher, and because of the fibroid surgery, she had to pick loan to undergo that. She would pay school fees. So virtually, she was like the one managing the home. And now this has happened. So Mercy is not fine. You call her, and then she's crying. My head is aching, and as a family, it's not easy. Sometimes you just pretend everything is fine because people are also around you that you need to be strong for. But it's not really easy. It's not easy with us.
So when was the surgery supposed to have taken place?
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And then they gave us 2 weeks because that's the tumor where it's located is at the right side of her brain, which is close to her nerves, her eye nerves. And then it's growing so fast. So within 2 weeks would have been best for them to take it out. If not, she might risk losing her sight, her memory, and even get paralyzed. Right now, we've not been able to raise half of the money. So we are still appealing. It's more than 2 weeks now. We are currently in the 4th week.
It's interesting. So to the general public, the total amount needed for the surgery is 114,000 Ghana cedis. 114,000 Ghana cedis. As Auntie Humu mentioned, no amount is too small. We've used this medium severally to reach out to you, to support, and benevolently, you've been of tremendous help. Anytime we came to your doorsteps asking, you see, the accounts will say Onyonko Dana Woda. That means when your friend is asleep, you are also asleep. We are calling on you again. We are coming round to you again. That you should support. You should support with your meager contributions, your widow's mite, so that we can all help our sister to undertake this surgery, so that it doesn't affect her eyesight, and her memory. Getting paralyzed, so that she can go back to doing the work that she's doing. She's chosen a profession that is a humane profession, teaching, so that she can get back to it, get back to her children. So yes, this is the appeal we are making out to you right now. So I just want to know if someone listening to us want to make a contribution or a donation, how can the person reach you people? Do you need physical presence, or there are some payment options available for contributions to be made?
And so anyone that is attached and want to send donations or contributions, you can do it through this Momo numbers.
Please go on.
054 51 98 441. I take that again. 054 51 98 441. The name on it is Doris Amina. Or you send to this other number 024 51.
Let's stick to
the Doris. Okay. Yeah.
Right. So
mention the numbers again.
yes.
So the number is 054 51 98 441. And the name on it is Doris Amina.
Right. So if you have any contribution to make, please, the number to call is 054 51 98 441. 054 51 98 441. Whatever contribution you have to make, you can make it through that particular number. You can also call the number to confirm before you make the donation. But the name to expect is Doris Amisune Apana. Once you see that name, please know that you are on the right track. Or you can equally bring your donations to A1 Radio, to the front desk of A1 Radio. Once you bring it to the front desk of A1 Radio, they'll receive it and make sure it gets to the family. Or you can reach out to Auntie Humu
Oh, when they come here, they'll receive it. Or you can reach
Yes.
out to me.
Yes.
So let me say this in Fafra, so that if there are people listening to us this morning and they speak Fafra, they will understand better. Salbaya blika, zina blika wa te wa na tere so ya me dolala te sun nde mere apana mercy apana nkapa amenga te doctor mayeti ba boliri wa na te ba enge operation apote la ponte sela mbobini kanara te la bona bini wo sela mfohum bini bona la nati ba yihe te solmi ni eti brain tumor te la seboti ba yira la gang apanga me de la ara puntara la fibroid te but I want to back at least seka mbozan wa me da de kita yot ba en fibroid la operation la bako en den ba no bako ayipo zuwa ka kohe ba botito ta nyut zula wakala kama mara ba zeli bila wante ba le kinta vin me bang te sela mbobala bala ti zina bliko to bona kala tere sohya ti senza wa bi inkil herito la ka pake ho lagla nzuni se mo hambo one city time mi bo one city time bo one city te de ka pak la de la ho tala yezu kal ho sure zina la de la te sister Mercy bere la tande ma la tande ho de ka puhra ti wana ne ene gemani yeti ti hanyang sung taba yel anga po la pa te kama la hande yel sunu biye suku kin po yel mal ko po sele wo dene ti han tara nongre bora taba ti yel hande ta pa yi matreza wa bini va ike ni yang la sunga da de sela nwan ba ti koron be ti tin pabla za wa la ngala nyang chola ninga bala le de suka tir sura zina bilika wa ti se won kel herito mo han po katarige mina se to wayan vurku pa son ko boy la kala sure ta mi wayan yehe asampo are ka pa tere de kiyan fa de sun wa vomba ha ti benu homa to sun to te nyang fa to sun la vomba ha bala hosan kel srato ge kat pokata la wana ma ge bota to gol number la bingzi ti pore ho hanta yehe ge la ho o tan sen la bo 0545 198441 054 51 98441 054 51 98441 call number la bang la hande la nan kanga balate la nato sendi le bo bi hu yezu sen la bo nan kanga mamiti nduma na ba yene wodo bla me sungo te hu mem bo bo kara ke pura ti na ensela bo ho vom pon la yina mo do bla me imbo te po hezan wa bizuzu.
Thank you very much. But let me remind our listeners that this is an appeal that we are making to everyone, institutions, individuals, that we have a case at hand. And that is because one of our sisters, someone who has committed her entirety to the service of humanity, Mercy Apana, currently is battling with a brain tumor after undertaking a fibroid surgery. Just a month after it, she had to report back to the hospital. Further checks revealed that she was struggling with a brain tumor. Now, this tumor has a tendency of affecting the eyesight, affecting the spine, keeping her paralyzed, and also preventing her from doing what she loves to do and to taking care of her family. That is why this morning, her sister, Doris Amesune Apana, is here to appeal to the general public through this network that for every support you have, they appreciate your prayer. Yes, prayers, they appreciate that you pray for them. They appreciate you sharing the flyer. But before you share the flyer, if you could yourself just share the 5 cedi that you have left on your phone for the family. Little drops of water, they say, make a mighty ocean.
Yeah.
So whatever contribution you have, as little as it is, please, you can make it through this Momo number 054 51 98441 054 5198441. Once you make this donation, the name to expect is Doris Amisune Apana. If you see this name, just allow it to flow. 5 cedis, 10 cedis, 20 Ghana cedis, 100 cedis, 200 cedis,
220,000.
Even if you can give us the entire amount,
Yes,
it would save a life. And so this is the appeal we are making this morning to everyone that is listening to us. Our Facebook following, those of following us on YouTube, you are not left out of this appeal. So that you can support us save a life. Yes. Is there anything you want to
yes, she
add?
wants to appreciate. Some people have been very generous,
Wow.
and we are grateful to them. And we just want to
Sure.
acknowledge them.
Please do.
So we want to say thank you to Malisco, to Queen Latifah, Matrix Construction Agency, to I think Training, and some other few individuals that have given out their all. Grateful.
Yes. So whatever contribution you have, Charlie. I didn't understand what Humo said, but I heard what she said. Today it could be me, tomorrow it could be you.
That's what I'm saying. That just 2 months ago.
Yes, just 2 months. She was
If you
walking
had told
about
her-
It was normal.
going to
Yes.
class teaching.
Class, doing her job.
Yes.
So the parents of the children she teaches, please, we are appealing to you. Now there we are appealing to everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
The can do she's been right. You the can do rather that took her coins.
My
please.
students too have done a lot.
Yes.
My head teacher, Ms. taught pushed this a lot. And my students contributed 1 CD, 50 pesos every 1 year. So
Students.
grateful.
Yes.
Yes, students.
The peoples, like she teaches.
Olga Experimental Primary.
Wow.
What's your class?
I'm in class 5, but the whole school didn't. And the teachers, yes, they've been very helpful.
So that's the kind of community we want to build, like
Yeah.
being there for one another. I think that we are beginning to lose that touch. Now everybody is on their own. In the past, you could go and even sleep in another person's room without your mother, but now go to watch TV in somebody's room and they'll call you to come out. So we need to build that
Suspicious.
sense of togetherness
Right.
and that sense of being there for one another. Because trust me, you can't do it all by yourself.
Sure.
You need people.
Sure.
Ah.
All right. So we want to thank you so much for coming through. We'll keep pushing this announcement for the family. We are hoping that by the grace of God, we'll be able to raise this money in the shortest possible time, because I believe that there are some of our following on Facebook who can make this contribution. And we want to also appeal to our content creators in the Upper East region to join the force in the campaign of saving a life, so that we can all have a better society living, because he who saves one life saves an entire world or an entire generation. So thank you so much for coming through. We want to wish the family the best. As I mentioned, the station will do its best by pushing this agenda. Hopefully, when the next time you are coming in, you are coming to
Say
tell us
thank
that
you with
we
mercy.
thank you so much. The surgery was successful. This is mercy, and we want to thank God for that. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having us.
So we'll be back after this commercial break to continue the discussion here.
Hi, I am Mr. Strong, and it worries me a lot whenever I hear people complaining of basic ailments that can easily be treated or managed. Now let me ask you this. Were you told to stop eating your favorite food because you are growing too fat? Are you having chest pains, waist pains or back pains? Finding it difficult to breathe or curious to know the welfare of your heart and kidneys? Suffering from prolonged and repeated menstrual pains? Being called names because you can bear children? Well, your days of agony are over. The best place for you is Nida Homeopathic Clinic. Nida Homeopathic Clinic has 8 years track record of excellent homeopathic treatments. They have sophisticated machines that are used to detect both internal and external diseases. They also have a well-equipped laboratory for medical diagnosis. The facility also has very serene males and females recovery wards. Nida Homeopathic Clinic is the best place for you. Look at them here in Bogotanga at Bukere near Abilba number 2 JHS. They work from Monday to Saturday between the hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit Nida Homeopathic Clinic Clinic today for your medical solutions. Call 0243 429 302 and 0206 663 970. Need Homeopathic Clinic, home of quality healthcare.
Welcome to Reigning Shopping Mall, your ultimate shopping paradise where you'll find something for everyone. Imagine a place where shopping and dining come together in one amazing destination where comfort, affordability, and security is assured. At Reigning Shopping Mall, we have in stock all kinds of shoes and clothes for both kids and adults, ladies' bags, wallets, cooking utensils, wall clocks and frames, toys, and many more, all on the first floor of the building. Not forgetting our amazing coffee shop which serves you the best coffee and tea. From international cuisine to local favorites, our food court has it all. Take a break and indulge in a culinary adventure from our kitchen. Are you tired of the same old grocery routine? Look no further than Reigning Shopping Mall. With a wide selection of fresh produce, meats, dairy products, drinks, and cosmetic products, we've got everything you need. We are committed to providing the best shopping experience. Visit us today and enjoy great convenience and quality. You can locate us on the Commercial Street, directly opposite Post Office in Bolgatanga. For more information, you can call us on 0244 725 928 or 0244 757 897. Reigning Shopping Mall, your go-to destination for all your essentials.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me go betete Ghana. No garri, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, bruh, that be dangerous combination, no.
Problem no day. I fit handle am.
For Telecel, we the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, if you get your own data and call packages, falla! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want town. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Yawa! So come yela one to Jipini. On Galicious Abdua promo mapuni. Lara pag a million de banai. Then 4 million Ghana cedis. Cano to di promo puni. We put the on Galicious promo parmache. The car parading your onga zamonga powder promo sachets. The bumpishika yambo. Onga shrimp tablets. The karkuma pisha. Hamele onga shitwarshanga be ye afongla and tetaba. Kadega a scratch card. Yama scratch card and ye a number nama. $713*27#. Kati pinga Anto di larpago 200,000 Ghana cedis. La kurala billion de bayimbala. Anto di freezer nama. People per se the kitchen appliances Bible comes out the promo puni. Promo puni la same well April dia piena no tinaga July dia piena no. Those wom today garden and terminal panam pamolongo so. FDA nam zambanu pa kwa mamolongo so.
Try and put all troubles away, cause this is a good morning. It is the morning show, and this is Daybreak Upper East. Daybreak Upper East. Only on A1 Radio 101.1.
Church in my family college. If you say put to here, the child of the things you give me, it's a one of the it's a picture para. Was by able to go. And I'm able to go by. And I'm more ready. And I don't want to pray. You know, I'm so inside your I'm a for me never. But anytime I feel some shoot, yeah, well, yeah.
101.1.
Okay.
A1 base.
But you got an outside, but I'm a college. If you stay good to your church, nature, it's too big. My foot, our me. Baby, para. That's what to go. And I don't pay for what you say, but the Baba. And I won't pay. Oh, what my
101.1.
Okay.
A1 base.
Well, it's some few minutes to 9 a.m., some 9 minutes to 9 a.m. here in the studios of A1 Radio 101.1 megahertz. And we thank you for still keeping your dials on this transmission, on this dial. We are grateful that you're still streaming on Zeno Radio, Radio Garden, TuneIn Radio, the Ghana web app. Thank you so much for still streaming on the Modern Ghana app and also keeping following us from our website, www.a1radioonline.com/listen. It means you trust and appreciate the work that we do, always bringing you conversations that are localized, conversations that matter, conversations that would project the agenda of the Upper East region. Thank you so much for remaining loyal to A1 Radio 101.1 megahertz. And talking about loyalty, your loyalty to Petrosol is now rewarding you in a very big way if you're a driver or a rider. If you are a car owner, simply fuel and accumulate purchases up to 2,000 Ghana cedis and either enjoy free fuel worth 50,000 Ghana cedis, or you grab exciting Petrosol branded souvenirs, including tissue boxes, car dusters, and other amazing prizes. And for our riders, once you accumulate your fuel purchases up to 500 Ghana cedis, you also get either free fuel worth 30 Ghana cedis or branded souvenirs and other fantastic rewards. Remember, every purchase is tracked in the Petrosol customer database, so the more you fuel, the more chances you have to win. This exciting promotion runs from 15th May through to the 31st of August 2026. Petrosol, energizing dreams. Remember, terms and conditions apply. If you're an exporter or importer and you're looking to improve your global trade experience, CBG No Trade Financing comes with its complexities. That is why at CBG they believe that doing business should always be hassle-free. With CBG's trade solutions, your trade financing challenges will be an issue of the past. Take advantage of the trade solutions and expand your international trade transactions while building a good credit history. For further inquiries, contact them on 0302 216000, or you send an email to talk to us at cbg.com.gh, or you visit any of the social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and X, which is formerly Twitter. And remember, terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. Right, and this morning we want to further our discussion here, and I have a person who really needs no introduction. He's always been with us before, during, and after. He's still going to be a regular person here on this particular network, speaking to us on national issues. My guest this morning to advance conversations around governance, the NDC and the Upper East region, is the Regional Communications Officer of the NDC, Jonathan Abdallah Salifu. Jonathan.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Can't complain.
I like your kaftan.
Oh, thank you.
This one there, you have to show me road, though. You have to show me road so that. Yeah, so my followers on Facebook, you can see the nice kaftan Abdallah today. Someone said Abdallah, nowadays you don't come to studio with Coco and
I do cocoa every day.
You do cocoa every day.
Probably because I don't come to it every day. You know, when I came, before I walked in, I did cocoa.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So it's more like a call. It's a tradition.
Yes. You know, I don't know, but I like cocoa even more than tea. Yeah, where you get it with it. So there's this joint of UD, right? You can get Masembo. And there's another joint. If you are a lover of cocoa, you must know all the good joints. There's another joint after Abortek. That woman is a Wusa woman.
Okay.
Yes, after Abortek.
Okay.
So you go small, see if you are taking it. Before you take your turn to Standard Minat.
Yes,
there
yes,
is
yes,
a
yes.
joint there, a Busa
Okay,
woman. Yeah,
okay.
the whole float is very.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
you get your cocoa. And you know, these days because maize and other things are switching. 3 cities. Okay, you get cocoa with. Sometimes if you want, they can add some little milk.
Hey.
Yeah. And then they both float to get 1 CD. So at least when you buy 3 of them, they are good to go. 5 CDs, you can get a good milk.
Talking about cheap.
Yes.
There's a bit of difficulty to comprehend why prices of commodities are low in the market.
Yeah.
Especially food produce in the market. It's low. But farmers complain that they take produce to the market and they still don't get buyers. Yesterday we had to speak to a farmer all the way from the Bulsa South enclave, and you know they farm a lot of rice and maize and other millet.
Yeah.
He says that I'm contemplating on reducing the acres I had to farm last year because my rice stayed till now, and when they took it there, they say we can only substitute it for Tom Brown, which means I'm not getting value from the rice that I produce. Yes, we agree. Prices of food commodities are cheap in the market, but farmers still struggle to sell them off. What is happening?
I have not even greeted on this. Let me say good morning. Black Kalala, the original Kalala, and the rest of the production crew. And to our brother Peter Mbisa, let's continue to wish. He's fine. Yes, tested in him, and he's looking really, really great. Yeah, he's fine. Let nobody tell you that. He's not well. And no. He's fine. When I say he's fine, he's really fine.
Right.
Yes, he's fine, and he's looking more fresher. I think he's getting the breeze of government, But and to my honorable regional minister, my party chairman who returned from, and to the rest of the executives and the MMDCs for doing a very wonderful and a good job for the people of the Upper East. A MP for NABDA, Honorable McNawani, who is also the chairman of the health committee. I think he was home the whole of this week, handing over some projects to communities. Some built by him from his funds, some built by maybe through the common fund. All is development to the people of Nabdam. Say kudos to him. And also, I think he's bringing something new to the people of Nabdam. Some road projects were abandoned. And I have a friend who works at the Roads Ministry as the head of corporate affairs. Kojo Dankwa, he's my colleague from the Eastern region. He called me and we were talking on something else. I was trying to find out about this $500 million. They say Upper East have been left out. Then whilst we were talking, he said, I've seen one of your MPCO. He's come to lobby for some road projects. But I think minister is out of time. When he returns, he will get a letter of authorization from the minister so that the contractor can go back to. So I made some few checks and I'm told that a route that he's fighting to get the contractor resume work is the Zanlergo Damolgo Belungu route, which they started somewhere in 2003, but has since been abandoned. And the Nangudi
it started somewhere in 2003.
Yes, but has been abandoned.
That's
by the MPP.
That's been over 20 years.
No, sorry, 2023, right?
Okay.
Sorry, 2023. And then the Yakote Nangudi Pelungu route. So he's fighting to see whether we can get these two major roads, fixed for the people of Nabdam. And I think they deserve it. It's one of the districts or the constituencies that don't have high roads. A tie road. You will not drive in any part of, apart from the main road that takes you to Boku. You won't go into the community or the constituency and see any part of the constituency having a tie, not even a 1 kilometer. So I think he's determined to make
there are several other districts.
Fine. But he has done so well. I'm told from what I gathered from my friend, there's no way he'll miss the project. They are just waiting for the minister to come so that when he gets the commitment authorization letter, they will now identify a contractor to go back and continue. That is good news. We wish him all the best. And that is just to say that our MPs are not sleeping. They are working. And I can continue to give examples. They are truly working. I was in Accra on Monday last week after Kumasi, the funeral. I proceeded to Accra. And I went to one department. Funny enough, whilst I was there, 2 of our MPs came in. Yes, I was there to see the deputy CEO. And 2 of our MPs came in, walked in. They didn't want something for themselves. They wanted something for their constituents. So if anybody sitting anywhere wants people to believe that our MPs are not working, it is not true. Yes, and I mean, their input is yielding results. And I'm glad. You recently saw a post I shared of that of the MP for Navrungo, Honorable Simon Aworo, when he said he has secured funding for the contractor to resume on the Navrungo Naga route, that stretch, the one you pass through Navasco down there. Yes, it's good. That project stalled for some time, but the contractor has now been paid and he has been asked to go back to site. Yeah, I'm not sleeping. My MP, Honorable Azikadongo, just yesterday or the day before yesterday, came and donated an ambulance, a modern ambulance fitted with modern equipment. Ambulance. Very good. Okay, and donated other hospital equipments in addition. They are not sleeping. Okay, yes, they are not the MPs who go to sleep and doesn't think about their people. He has equally secured accommodation for 2 doctors in the municipality. And then I've seen the MP for China Paga, Honorable Alamzi, also donating some health equipment and inspecting some projects. These are not MPs who are sleeping. So when people say, oh, we gave you 15 out of 15 and who much is given, much is expected, they are actually delivering. That is not to say that we should relax and not urge them to do more. But at times, unnecessary criticisms doesn't help.
What would you describe as unnecessary criticism?
Oh, you know,
is it not probably a situation where you promised us apples and you are now giving us mangoes?
What did we promise?
Although they are fruits.
No, you tell me. What did we promise?
That is not what you've given
that you
us.
think they are mangoes instead of apples. You just help me.
No, but I cannot, because you know a lot, some of the things
that's
that you
fine.
said on.
You see, for instance, we spoke about the meat factory in Dolko. The MP, Honorable Dominic Ayine, used his own pocket money and paid a consultant to do a feasibility study on the project. He has the final document as we speak. His own pocket money. He didn't take it from his common fund. He didn't take it from maybe any of the statutory funds, from his pocket money. And it wasn't small. I don't want to put the amount on air, but it is hundreds of thousands of Ghana cedis. He paid. Today he has a document. He has a fair idea if that factory must be put into operation, how much it will cost government or anybody at all to come and invest. That is a fair step. He has done it. Do you say we promise apples and we are delivering? You must start somewhere. And my conversation with him, he said, look, Abdallah, where I have gotten to, I want to now meet the president and tell Mr. President, this is what it will take us to put that factory back to work. If the president says, oh, go and see this, you know, that's where the tar road ends. Yeah. Now they are doing that road from that place to Pelumu. You know, you can use that stretch to the Navdan district. Okay. You can see the stretch. It's about 12.5 kilometers. He's not sleeping. You can continue to mention. Honorable Ayarga, the Boku Town roads are in 3 lots. Put together about 30 million Ghana cedis. The road contractors have been given the award letters and they are on site. The Boku Hospital we promise, the referral hospital for Boku, or you can call it the Boku Municipal Hospital, has been given out on contract. I'm told contractors on site cutting blocks. They are waiting for formal commissioning. Whilst we wait for the formal commissioning to be done, I mean, the contractor is doing what he can do. Nobody is sleeping. So sometimes
But you talk about roads, but you fail to mention one of the roads that was so topical during the campaign season.
Yes.
That is just the road leading into the Attorney General's own constituency.
Yes.
What is happening to it?
I'll come to that one. You see, this is the reality. And sometimes, as government communication team members, you must try to speak on facts because your credibility is on the line.
Very
as we do the work as government communicators, it's your credibility that will push you to the next level.
Right.
Because whatever you say, you'll be pinned to it.
And especially in today's world where we record almost everything.
Exactly. And I remember when we did a press conference on that road in opposition, and my brother Peter and his colleagues wanted to, do a face-saving kind of propaganda. And, when the minister was contacted, the deputy minister, he had to expose them. Since then, the road has stalled. Sorry, it is true that the contractor was called back to resume. Because apparently the finance minister had spoken to the two banks that have been funding the project. And they agreed to resume. Because President Akufo-Addo said because of the debt restructuring program, he could not pay our external creditors. But President Mahama said, look, we'll pay. So resume work, and then finance minister will mobilize and pay. So the people agreed, and they asked their people to resume. That is why you saw some people at the Kola Bridge. I don't know whether if you remember. Yeah. They even came, mounted a container, and started doing some things. But I'm told along the line, something happened. The banks demanded more than what government intended to start with them. And government, you don't just spend like that. You look at what you have and determine how much you spend. So I'm told that is what brought about the holding of the work. That is why the contractor has moved back. And it's not, we can't see him on site again. But I'm told just recently by the majority leader himself, I think in Boku, that they've had series of engagements, and then the contractor will soon resume. He didn't give any timeline. But I'm confident that route will definitely, we'll conclude on it. Okay, hopefully before President Mahama leaves off. I don't want to put any timeline to it, but I'm confident that it will be worked on. Okay, because it's one major road that it deserves attention. You remember recently some vehicle ran into a scooter rider killing two ladies. I'm told it was on that stretch. That stretch has taken so many lives. Just that short stretch. The inconveniences it creates.
So while we wait for the major project to
I'm
be
coming
done.
there. Even Honorable Ayene himself, I think in this your studio, he agreed. He sympathized with the commuters of that road,
right,
the people living along that stretch, and said there are two things he's working on. He'll push it further. If nothing is happening, he'll see what he can do on his own to get that small stretch fixed temporarily. Because the award letter or the contract that was given to Araco to work on that stretch leading to the demonstration was just for graveling. That is why the community refused. They said if it is just graveling, then it's better to leave it the way it is. Because as we are in the rainy season, with 2-3 times rains, then it means that the road will go back to its old state. So they were demanding that if anything should be done on the road, at least it should just be tarred, that small portion, to make it more trouble. Whilst we wait for the other bridge to be completed and the road to continue. That was their demand. But I'm happy that the MP, who is a very proactive man, of course, says he's pressing other keyboards. If it doesn't work, he himself, as Dr. Dominic Ayene, MP for Bolga East, will step in and see what he can do to fix it. And he is one person, when he says he will do this, he does it, and he does it very well. Okay, and all the projects he has been executing on his own, you will get the opportunity to visit some of them. I saw that recently, people shared one of the projects, the library project. Very nice. I've never seen it anywhere. It's even bigger than the regional library we have. The environment is more nicer. The equipment that are inside are modern. Okay, the AstroTurf is built, even though this is FIFA standard, that is also FIFA standard, with floor light and spectator stand and changing rooms that we don't have even in the Winkombu one. I think the whole of Upper East, that stadium or that AstroTurf is building, beats, people say beat them all, right? It beats all the AstroTurf all, But I think, like I said, we should continue to remind our leaders, the MMDCs, the MPs, people in authority, to do more. But we should not criticize them unnecessarily. I'll repeat, we don't have to criticize them. Some do it for political gains. So you hear the MPP people shouting on top of their voice. It is not because the MPs are not performing to the standard we expect them to do. But because they think they are our opponents, they might necessarily paint them black. If they don't do that, they might not even get a seat next time. That is what they do. That is why they do what they do. Not because they are doing it genuinely. Okay.
So from where
if you look at the projects we have taken to Sirgu, my brother Johnson, anytime he comes here, I expect him to sing praises of the MP and praises of the government throughout. That is what I expect him to do. When you go to Sirgu, it has turned into a construction zone. Where the senior high school is being built, all contractors are on site. We are talking of projects numbering about 11 or 12. So you have 12 contractors. You can imagine the number of people who are employed there. Okay. We have other district assembly projects going on, school blocks and then chip compounds being built in different areas. This is good news. That's when they come and they criticize. Nobody says don't criticize, but do it responsibly and do it with care. Do it so that it doesn't become a demotivating factor to the people who are working. Okay, but rather you are encouraging them. That is what I want to say. I don't say we should. I'm not saying that we should just continue to praise them.
Right.
If they are not working, why? We have to put them on their toes. After all, we voted them for them to go and work and develop our constituencies and our region. Okay, but we should not in any way unnecessarily criticize the MPs.
Abdullah, you in your earlier as you were talking, you made mention of the 500 reported 500 million short project, feeder road project that I think it was published on the Modern Ghana. That I said about a 500 million Ghana feeder road project where the Upper East region has been excluded from those. Has it caught to your attention?
Yes.
What is the truth about this allegation?
So the truth is that the money has not been fully utilized. In fact, the money as we speak, it isn't that.
So the money is there.
The money
There's
is
a
there.
$500 million feeder road
into use. Not that it has been exhausted.
Okay.
In fact, I'm told they are now taking proposals and requests from district MPs, district chief executive MPs and other opinion leaders as to how the projects will be. Everybody will make a request. They'll look at the money, they'll value the projects and determine how much goes into that project, which project should start today and which project should wait. So that is what they are doing. It isn't that they have concluded on how much the money should be used or which project should benefit from the money. That has not been fully concluded. Like I said, they are taking input. And I can tell you, many of our MPs have run there with their request. Upper East will not be left out. Yes, Upper East will not be left out. I mean, from what I have learned, Upper East will not be left. It was the digging for that information that made me to discover that the MP for NAFDAM was at the ministry with the minister, fighting to see whether if he could get commitment authorization to start those projects in his constituency. Yes, so we will not be left out at all. Yes, I think I even spoke to the Attorney General on this matter.
Right.
And then he says he's also making a follow-up.
Right.
Okay, some of the MPs are also making a follow-up, including the majority leader.
Right.
And my MP Adu, I think his attention has also been drawn to this amount because everything about finances that requires parliamentary approval comes through them. And of course, when you are the one approving the money, you must at least get something small from it. So I know they won't sleep over the matter. So, but I will not in any way fault Alan Gube and my senior brother Gabriel for drawing our attention. In fact, for many of us, I didn't even know there was money meant for that. And sometimes it is good to beat the raw drums very early to get people prepared. Not that you are doing it because you want to muddy the waters. So I don't in any way fault them for drawing our attention to it. It came timely, and then I think it's good. Yes.
So it could also mean that for any MP who didn't know of it, now has an information to go lobby for.
Not necessarily the MP. Like I said, opinion leaders who who believe they can make a headway in lobbying in lobbying to benefit the $500 million, can also do so. There's nothing wrong. Chiefs can make a move. Yes, chiefs can make a move. And you know, these days our traditional rulers are also very powerful.
Right.
Yes. Some of them have been appointed into very sensitive positions, ambassadors, board members, and the rest. So they stand a chance of lobbying for some.
Right.
Yeah.
I asked an initial question from the beginning of the discussion. And our farmers are crying.
Yes.
Charlie, it's not. And yesterday we actually spoke to a farmer who we've spoken to earlier.
Yeah.
Who confirmed the produce he had and the struggle he's had to sell them off.
Yeah.
Currently, his tractor is packed because he goes to the field to plow for other farmers, but he ends up spending more money to buy fuel. And so he's actually contemplating on whether to go even to the fields or probably just reduce the number of acres. Abdullah, what is happening? The produce is there,
You see,
but the money
everything
is not
comes
there
with
to
a
purchase.
cost. I remember a bag of maize used to be selling at 1,000 cedis.
By the time the farmer said they didn't even have the grain to sell because people were ready to buy.
Exactly. It was 1,000. Today, a bag goes for, I think, 400, 500.
Yesterday when we spoke, he said in Fubitsi market it's 200.
And it is because we have it in excess. Sometimes scarcity determines prices. So I believe in the past, because we didn't have enough in the system, equally contributed largely the prices were being offered.
But there was money to buy.
I don't think so. There is still money. There's still money. You see, I think we are all managing prudently. I'm being very frank with you. We are managing prudently. And statistics have shown that many people who were in the poverty bracket have been taken out. Recently from the Statistical Service Department. And that came as good news. Unlike during the NPP regime, where many people, but thousands of people were rather pushed into the poverty bracket. And the President Mahama, they have rather been taken out. Look, there's no house that can no longer afford a bowl of maize. Because how much is a bowl? We are talking of 10, 12 cedis, right? Yes. Now, if a bag is around 250, granted it's even 300 cedis, the lowest paid government worker can go and at least take a bag of maize to his house to feed the family. Rice, the same thing. Now you get rice in the market as low as 400, 350 Ghana cedis. In a month, even if you are earning 1,000, granted, meaning you can buy a bag of maize this month, next month you buy a bag of rice. That can support the family for like half a year, depending on the size. So if anybody says things are not better, I disagree. Because these are some of the things you can use to determine how the people are coping or are living.
But the farmers who have the produce,
yes, you see, that is the other side of it. That's why I say everything comes with a cost. Probably the farmers wanted to make more. And I agree. Now some of them says, oh, with what we have, they are not even buying. So why do more acres this year? Let me do small. After all, I can't stop farming. Agree. But you see, we must also be thinking of even exporting. We don't only, if we think there is excess in the country, let's export.
Who will lead that charge?
You see,
Individual,
as we speak, we even believe we don't have enough to feed. That is why government released 200 million Ghana cedis to the buffer stock company to buy and stock. Because we believe what we are seeing now, if care is not taken, a year or two to come, we'll go back to what we experienced in 2003, 2023, 2024. Okay, so what government is doing is to make sure that the excess in the system we buy and keep, so that later, assuming the prices begins to wobble, government can push what it has stored back into the system in order to stabilize it. I think what we should be more interested in has to do with supporting the farmers to get cheaper farm inputs, like the fertilizers, the weedicides, and then the seedlings and the rest, and then the tractor services. And I'm happy when the president resumed from Belarus, he announced that over 1,500 and something tractors, that agreement with regards to agriculture equipment has been secured with the government of Belarus. And I am told, yes, because somebody went to meet the agriculture minister And he told him, no, the president had asked him, that was before the president traveled, had asked that he should come and we'll go to Belarus together. Now, I understand why he requested that the Greek minister should go with him. Because the president knew what he was going to ask for. And that deal has been sealed. The farmer service centers will promise. I said in Upper East, we are starting with five districts or constituencies. You know, we have, equal numbers. And the 5, this year, we are buying the tractors. We are buying the other farming equipment. And those 5 districts, I believe, before the close of the year will come to life. If we don't even stand to benefit this year, another rainy season will come. Okay, so there's hope. As much as I agree with the farmers that they don't get market, whatever they have in stock, the prices are not good. But let's all adjust. They should rather call on government to see how they can also intervene to reduce the cost of farm inputs or the prices. That is what will help them. But for a bag moving from 500 or 1,000 to 250, 300, that is what we want. Is that not what you want? Yes. But they are also looking at costs, how much they spent and how much they are forced to sell. So in this case, the narration should change. The narration should be that government should help them with cheaper farm inputs. So that at least, now that a bag is even 300, who knows? If next year it's even 150. Believe me, I go and carry 5 and go home.
But even talking about the farm inputs, what is happening? We heard complaints from farmers that last year they didn't get subsidies on farm inputs, and we are about to begin another farming season.
Yeah.
These are the apples and then the mangoes that we are talking about. The apple was that will give you good subsidies, but we are not seeing the subsidies. Shouldn't we complain? Shouldn't we criticize?
Oh, why not? You know, one thing about President Mohammed's government is that we welcome criticisms. We are not the type that are hostile to people who criticize us. We believe we can always do better when we are criticized. Okay, and it is something that we don't gag people. Just that in criticizing, you must know that people also have their rights. So insulting people is not criticizing them. Okay, defaming them is not criticism. So, like I said, we need to be a bit careful. This freedom of speech matter where people are being pulled left, right, center, and we are all complaining. You see, we must be guided. We must be guided. And I disagree with people who get the opportunity. You are fortunate to always sit before the mic every day. And you take an advantage of that, run down individuals, insult individuals. You know, sometimes you denigrate the people to the extent that it becomes difficult for them to even repair the damage you have caused them. Churches, people in responsible position. Disagree. And you see, something must be done, or else we can't control the system anymore. Now people do their own small studio. You call it, is it podcast or podcast?
Yeah, podcast studios.
Very good. Small ones. And they get people to follow them on social media. And they use that to malign people completely. And we think the communication minister, people in authority should sit down. I mean, look, in this country, the most cherished person, that is why we say the most important person in this country is the president. I'm not the one saying it. That is what the Constitution says. And from the inception of, Ghana, whoever has been a president has been the most important person. It is not because it's President Mahama. So we must do everything to protect the president. And recently, President Kufuor, I think I played, there was a video of he explaining why he took some of the courtesies extended to President Rawlings. Those days, why he took them out. He was trying to explain that, look, he's the face of government. And if predecessor is seen fasting him left, right, there are the reasons why he will do the courtesies. Even though we are deciding, we thought that was harsh, because there's a way you can always handle it. President Rawlings wasn't an ordinary person like myself and you. President Rawlings wasn't Abuja. President Rawlings wasn't womb to me. President Rawlings is not in the category of Kevin Taylor and the rest. So there are ways by which you can always handle people of that level. Okay, so I am of the view that we must, in any way, try as much as possible to protect our president. Whether it is an NDC president, the person is an NDC president, or an MPP or a CPP president, because they are the face of the country. The way you perceive them out there is the same way people will see them. So you go to lobby for something, it is like the man himself is not even respected. It's like the way we treat our parents back home. You know how it is. If your parents are looking tattered all over, people don't respect them. And by extension, you will be affected.
Abdullah.
So I think that
yes, I agree
freedom of speech must be managed.
Yes.
Should I go back or you want
Wait,
to
I just want to, I'm interested in,
That's okay.
A lot of people also are finding this, raising these questions as to when you were in opposition, you had other people who did this in your favor. And you didn't criticize the approach they were using. But why now that you are in government, you are trying to gag almost everyone, but it seems your attention is not focused on the side that plays right with you.
I don't
but on
think
the side
anybody
that
supported what people did. You can give me an example. Okay. I don't remember anybody encouraging anybody to do the wrong thing then. They will always come, but the system must track them. When I see the system, we have institutions that are responsible for those things. So the system must track them. President Akufo-Addo's era, some people were equally invited by them. Some, what was it? They said, oh, the first lady and President Akufo-Addo's children used the presidential jets, went somewhere to cool off. And that alone, they were invited, and reprimanded. They are not the sort of things people today are being held for. You agree with me? We are talking about threats, telling people they will die, cursing people openly. That is why people are called. We have instances where people sit and refer to judges who have worked for years and has earned their respect. They call them names and align them to political figures or political parties.
But it happened previously.
Nobody stopped them from dealing with them or probably, reprimanding them. Nobody stopped them.
So it is a system. It is a system now wanting to fix the rot that society has already.
That was also done in the past. Even in in the worst form you can ever think of, it was done in the past. But it is not same today. And you see, we must learn. People must learn to be remorseful when they do things wrong. When they say, oh, apologize, surrender your passport, and as part of your bail conditions, and you say for you won't surrender. What are you talking about? Those who have surrendered their passports and so you think you can insult and tomorrow they are looking for you, jet off? How about if your insults leads to, what do you call it? It leads to maybe something more disturbing. So we have to curb it. I don't support it. Not because my government is in government. I mean, my party is in government. But I think I don't support it. And we must be measured. Look, Gerard, you know, we have been doing this job for a very long. I don't remember ever insulting, people, maligning people. At least we've made our name in that small way. We have very respectful senior politicians, like the Dukufos, the Blackwise. Many people who can mention the Dominica Yenes, you will never hear them insult. But if you want to rank them, they are top. You don't need to insult to be recognized. Since I left for, the lower ranks, those who think that they must necessarily get some little fame through insults. But if you are somebody who understands the system, you can be well admired without insulting. You can be well recognized. You can get your fame without insulting people and maligning people. And I think that's the line in which we, the young politicians, must take.
Right.
There are many people who can look up to. Okay, so what I want to say is that Ghana has come to stay. It's our country. People have come, they've gone. From Nkrumah, we've had several presidents, right? I've lost count of them. I think we should have no less than 20. Okay, and more will still come and go. But we must protect the president or the presidency. It is the utmost and the most respected office in Ghana. Tomorrow I might be there. Tomorrow you might be there. We are young. We still have at least maybe some 2 or 3 decades more to go if God blesses us with long life. So we must live responsibly. And that if that is what we want Ghana to get to, or where we want Ghana to get. Yes.
Right. What is happening to the airport project? There have been commissioned lines, sort cuts.
Airport project is ready. I think anytime the president
timelines have been changed severally.
No, I don't remember we giving you.
Oh, there was a match.